We arrived at the repairable and dormant facility that compiler spoke of. On the surface, it looked like a coastal factory that was destroyed years ago. The compiler commanded her swarm of drones to pick apart the wreckages. Then, after leveling the area, new sections began appearing one by one, coming together to form an expanded territory. First, he established a factory, then an airport, a regular port, a radar site, strong defenses with massive cannons, and many more buildings I can't name. The factory got to work and started churning out small robots. They joined the swarm, taking apart the wreckages, built pipes extending deep underground, and created embankments and formed rivers. Finally, she built a tall control tower at the base's center, which rose high above. The pipes are probably for replenishing resources. The tower, then, to be used to control the Mirror Sea. Guessing she used the Mirror Sea as a protective shield for her base. I guess it wasn't necessarily wrong. What happened next should not underestimated compiler. The first control tower was complete. Compiler built a second one. Encased the Mirror Sea inside another Mirror Sea, then entered a mist consisting of a microwave medley in between the two. Once that was done, she finally stopped and nodded faintly. Commander, fortified and camouflaged our temporary base. Bearing in mind practical access to resource supply and computing resources, I launched 5 Type 2 mass production lines and 2 Type 2 Enforcer Series production lines. This ensures basic combat capabilities. For now, we're safe. What's your goal here? To buy time or to conquer? Nah, I'm gonna be nice. Thanks for the compliments. Most of my resources are currently going toward rebuilding my mainframe. Hang on, you've even started rebuilding that? Its core will be operational in 72 hours. It can be restarted at 10% of its original capacity. I've recovered some files of this test site for my surviving mainframe database. Those are down to the parts that should be interesting to you. Appreciate it. There's one thing I need now, it's intel. So, did you find anything? I did. The serial number of this test site is SQ4577468. The structure of this site's compiler was due to an attack by a horde of extra dimensionals. Wait, a horde of extra dimensionals? I surmise they already possess the strength to fully take over the world. Are there any other survivors? Yes. I've detected signs of a lost mass-produced patrol fleet unaffiliated with the Sirens. That's a resistance force like one of its roomy led. Keep pinpoint where their trails converge. I'm not able to perform a real-wide scan. My current sensor range, however, they converge upon the Port of London. What's this? Commander, something has changed. Extra dimensionals are gathering into large groups. It's likely they're preparing a large-scale attack. Can you protect against it? As long as we do not attack first, they are physically unable to detect us. Well, our connection with Helena will be back online. Impossible to estimate. Doesn't that put London in serious danger? Most likely, detecting several storms approaching it. Fighting has already broken out at the outer periphery. Maybe we should go and help them. My orders are to protect you at all costs. This takes precedence. I still want you to help. If you insist on sending me to help, wait until after the 72 hours have elapsed. Even with only 10% of my original capacity, I'll be able to deploy more powerful weapons and create a path straight from here to London. That'll be too long. The survivors better not hold out for that long. Even if they do, they'll suffer heavy losses in the process. We have to go to London and rebuild a line of defense. The transport process is very risky. I do not recommend it. What's that? Not gonna listen to the assistant? Who do you think's in charge here, huh? Assistant, if the albino fabricator here won't take you, my whale and I will do it. I'll take you wherever you want to go. Albino fabricator. Yeah, that's right. If you're going to do it no matter what, fine. At least wait 2 hours, though. I need that long to prepare the transport. Alright, thank you. Hey, I'm only doing what I must. Don't bully Compy, she's doing her best. Port of London, Rose Tower. Lions group arrived back at the Rose Tower with the Mezek set. Glorious ran straight for the war room and began commanding the counterattack across all combat sectors. It reminded Elizabeth and Lion alike that the Royal Navy at this role was completely different from the one they knew. Factories hidden in the mountains, river after river dug out in the plains, By Jove, there are even purposely flooded sections to speed up the mobilization of pawns and mass-produced ships. They've torn the country to shreds. Even so, we keep fighting. The glory would be tarnished if we let them run amok in our own homeland. Miss Elizabeth, I spotted a large group of enemies in the direction of the 5th Wireless Communications Laboratory. Are you still unable to reach your medic counterpart? Shall I send reinforcements your way? I still can't reach her. Fear not, however, rescuers are the finest they are. It may seem like they're being pushed back, but they're simply being cautious out of a lack of information on the enemy. Send your forces to the sectors that need them the most. If you don't but anyway, just say it. That's why we came here in the first place. I concur. Don't walk on eggshells for our sake. Whilst the enemy is numerous, it is readily apparent that they are uncoordinated. If they're going to attack the Rose Tower, it might as well meet them outside. Understood. Honestly, something odd is currently transpiring in the Whale sector, and I don't know what to do about it. The Whale Islands are presently divided into 12 combat sectors. Most of my forces are concentrated in areas 1 through 6, the ones surrounding the Rose Tower. The Whale sector is number 9, and I am frankly at a loss on how to handle the situation there. Say no more, we'll deal with it. Did you have to know anything that's happening there? Shortly after the extra dimensionals appeared, I took signs that a Siren fleet had shortly come back. That a Siren fleet had come back online in the area. A Siren fleet? Did they completely vanish from this world over 100 years ago? Correct. However, I'm sure it's them. I got footage of swarm drones repairing one of their former factories. My latest intel shows they formed this fleet and are currently cutting through the horde of extra dimensionals. They've entered the flooded region through the Bristol Channel, and I believe they're heading towards the Rose Tower. The Sirens of your world, does that make them allies? Most likely, yes. Despite them having set up at monitoring stations en route, they did not destroy them. Here, these are the pictures that my hidden cameras took. Gloria spotted numerous photographs on the war room screens. Yeah, those are Sirens for sure. That's what they make. They mass-produced ships and enforcers the Type 2 variety. What the? Is that a baby whale amongst them? It's adorable! Did you say a baby whale? Majesty. Doesn't it greatly resemble the stuffed whale that Miss D has? Though the picture is rather blurry, is that the outline of Miss D herself riding the whale? What? This is bad news. Lion, start the business at once. You must go to support them immediately. First time I see you distressed. Is that old whale an acquaintance of yours, Lady Elizabeth? I'll explain all the way. There's no time to waste. Alright, alright. Destination is an active combat zone. Are you sure you want to take the Mesictet? I'll set it down in the water before we get there. If we're gonna fight, we'll do it on our home turf. Wise decision. Cleopatra, ready the ship. We're setting off. Understood. This makes me suspicious of Compiler, I'm gonna be honest. Compiler's transportation plan proved a lot simpler than I anticipated. That being, after 2 hours of prepping as best she could, she took the shortest route to the port of London, charging through enemies along the way. As expected, or perhaps as expected, our fleet ended up at a stalemate with an army of extra dimensionals in the Bristol Channel. Hey, albino fabricator, why have we not moved an inch after all that fighting? Do something about this! The enemy has grouped up, making them stronger than the sum of their parts. Calculating the relation between size of forces and combat capabilities now. The enemy is more numerous than predicted. Let's slow down for safety's sake and wait for more production lines to come online. Now why are you building a fort here? It's necessary to preserve our momentum. Too slow, too slow! Notice we're gonna get there at this speed. Perhaps for the next 72 hours is guaranteed. That's just as long as you said before! Negative. The previous 72-hour plan did not account for travel time. The current plan assures arrival within the next 72 hours. Her going with a tactic like this is pretty consistent to her modus operandi. We can't afford to take our sweet time though. We need to come with a plan. I really should have contacted survivors in the area. May not be able to send support, but even intel on their waterways would be a godsend. This is awfully interesting. To be like technically controlling a... You know what, actually? Use myself. It's awfully interesting to control a siren for once. Commander, status update. Third force is approaching from the northeast. Northeast must be the local resistance force. Read your file. The sirens that say there had alliance with the previous local powers. Is that correct? Yes, without a doubt. It's possible the thing were former allies to come back to life, so they sent reinforcements our way. I was unsure whether to reach out for them. Guess they're making the first move now. Whoa! Look! Assistance! They're going lions flying in the air! What? Golden lions? Turn my gaze upwards to see no lines of any kind, only flying units engaged in combat. The whale tell you that? I don't know, I just know I saw them. I can't see them. I'll go and call the lions over. Whale, take off! Holy shit, there are lions. I wonder if this means sirens in the future would be recruitable, because, like, you know, we can play at them. Lion! Hey, big long lion with wings! Trinidad, it's just me or is that whale down there charging at us? Looks like it. I think it's someone riding it, too. Whale doesn't have any weapons. If she hurt herself, she collides with us. Quick, we have to save her. Here I come! Careful! Hey, it's fine, I caught her. Woohoo! I feel like a bird! Oh, there's a whistleblower and a scorpion lady on the ship. Hello! A what? Scorpion lady. That's you! Come on, you need to go see the assistants. Who? What are you talking about? After Miss D boarded a lion like she wanted, I managed to get in touch with Elizabeth for the Mesic tent. We had a brief informational exchange down at the gist of this world. As one might expect, though, I initially wasn't sure how to react. First, this lion and her team come from a world where Elizabeth is no more. Then there's the miracle of being up in the same place as the Elizabeths did, and how all three groups stick each other for the fighting force native to this world. Naturally, Elizabeth was quite shocked to learn about the whale having shrunk and Compiler accompanying me. At any rate, Compiler rebuilt a defensive line to bolster her aerial forces, after which I boarded the Mesitat with the rest and headed for the Rose Tower in the port of London. As for Miss D, she apparently chose to ride the Flying Lion. I have to ask, what are those Flying Lions? Well, they're the Mesitat's secret weapon. I cannot share any more than that as it is confidential. Most mass-produced siren ships need put solid holograms over. Put solid hologram overs. That's not English. Cleopatra, start the ship. Miss Governor, Trafalgar has yet to come back on board. Send one of the Luxwing lions out to her. She's very keen on flying, but hate for her to pass on such an unforgettable experience. Now start the engine. As you say.